Hey, what's up, y'all? It's DJ EC3. This is episode 175 of Keep Grinding the Podcast. And I am, man, like almost always, back with my co-host.
Yes, sir. Back in the house.
The 14th episode of What's in the Deck. This is, again, Keep Grinding the Podcast. Keep Grinding 661, I believe, is our Instagram.
Yep.
Make sure you go visit us, follow us. We got a lot of great stuff going on right now. D, your hat is selling, I heard.
Yeah, it's selling, man. I got a couple numbers, and there's a couple sizes that only have like one or two left. So
That's success, baby.
and fingers crossed. I usually don't like to talk about things before they actually happen, but that store is also submitting 3 more designs.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
So 3 more of your designs.
3 more of mine.
Oh, man,
Yep.
I can't wait.
3 more from that store, and then 1 from another. So
Please let us know.
Hopefully those work out, man. But yeah, this has been fun, man. I'm not really, I always say I'm not like super creative. I don't draw. I don't sing. I don't,
Yeah, for sure.
But found something that I enjoy, and I guess I'm all right at it.
Yeah, man.
I call myself I'm a bootleg hat designer.
And that's and we're just on the fly figuring it out, and that's what the grind is. Half the time I have
Absolutely.
the podcast, I have no idea what some of this stuff means. Like, it sounds good. Let's roll with it. And what is good is Rogelio's Details. He was here this weekend. We're gonna drop some promo this week. He detailed my car inside. It looks beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Again, locally owned. This is a high school kid from the east side who's an entrepreneur, man.
That's awesome.
And he does great work. He has a passion for his work. Exterior, interior. I said internal the other time.
Internal, that's all right.
God, dude, you guys know inside, outside detail.
Maybe he's doing
shampoo
enemas.
seats.
I don't know.
Oh man, this is supposed to be a drop, damn it!
Sorry, Rogelio.
Leather conditioned clay bar wax, which is really good in the water spot removal.
Yes.
Again, Rogelio's Details. I want to put all his information on Instagram. He is our sponsor for Keep Grinding the Podcast. 175. Damn, dude, we're almost 200, bro.
Man,
We're knocking
creeping
him
up.
out. We're knocking him out.
Just real quick on Rogelio, guys. I hear people talk about all the time. Oh, these kids, they don't do shit. They don't listen. Man, this kid's out here grinding. He's got a little hustle going. He's got a business. He's doing positive things. So support him. Get out there and get your car washed. I know after today, all those rainy cars.
Yeah, no, 100%,
need to be washed.
man.
Get Rogelio out there.
And it's like you said, some kids, yeah, there's bad apples everywhere, but when you really see the heart of, I always say, there's nothing like some East Side kids with some heart. That's one thing you can't teach them. They're born with it, and to see the passion, just like I said, just for him coming up to me and saying, "Hey, can we talk business?" And I have no problem doing that type of stuff, man.
Can't help but respect that.
For sure, man. We are going to talk about what's in the deck today, but I really feel remiss if we didn't acknowledge the passing of D'Angelo passed away today, bro.
Man,
R&B. Everybody uses the word icon, but I would say pioneer. I would say innovator.
Yes.
Is probably the number one word we should describe D'Angelo. What a loss today for R&B and just for music in general, man. And you were around when he dropped his first couple albums.
That first album, man, was a different kind of R&B.
Yes.
There was kind of the intro of that neo soul vibe, but he had such a hip hop vibe to him. He had, he was kind of this grittier R&B type of dude, man, and his sound was just, it was so cool, man. Like Brown Sugar and
Lady was kind of my intro, dude.
Lady was played at my wedding, man.
Yeah,
man. Lady, his remake of Cruisin', Smokey Robinson's Cruisin' is beautiful. Just off that first album, Shit Damn Motherfucker, all those, oh man. And then the Untitled album, or the second album, I forget what it was called, but Untitled, the How Does It Feel song. Whew,
yeah, for sure.
that song, man. So yeah. Rest in peace, D'Angelo.
And dude, I think you got to experience that prime D'Angelo before he kind of became reclusive into his world,
Yes.
And I will never forget. Me and my brother were talking about this. He's the one that told me the day. And I don't ever want to be that guy. Now they're passed away. I didn't want to do this. I want to do that. This is 2014 when he came back with D'Angelo and the Vanguard, the Black Messiah. And what an album! And I'm not an R&B head. We've never just said we're R&B heads on this thing. But when I hear Still in Love, when I hear The Door, when I hear Back to the Future 1 and 2, I think it's called Another Part of Me. There's some songs, man, that are just man, that was some of the most beautiful, experimental, risky.
Yes, it had that real gritty sound.
And he didn't give a fuck. And that's, you know what? I swear I was talking about this when the Kendrick album, that G&K album came out. Or, what is that what's called, G&K? Whatever that new album was, when he just dropped it out of nowhere. Fine, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But GNC, there you go.
There we go. And that's the place where they sell vitamins and shit.
I don't know, man. Damn, I don't know, dude. Whatever that new Kendrick album is, I'm horrible, right? We talk about old shit really well here, okay? That guitar that he used for a lot of those songs reminded me of what D'Angelo was doing at with the Black Messiah. Yeah. And I'll never forget, like, when he did his first live appearance on Saturday Night TV. I don't know if it was Kimmel. I don't know if it was may have been Fallon, honestly. But to see D'Angelo come back and still, is it Still in Love with You? In love with you when you call my name, like just the way his voice, man. And you experienced that way before I did. That was the craziest. To me, that was a beautiful album, and I was listening to it when I left work today, man, and kind of got emotional because I remember at this time I was 23, 24 years old, and I bumped Varus, like you played the album for like 3 weeks straight. Yeah. And
you introduced me to it.
Yeah,
you introduced me to it. I was at that time. I'm not a big fan of like current R&B. Just not. I'm an old head, dude. Give me some Keith Sweat.
Definitely, no.
100%. But you introduced me to that, and it had just such a gritty sound. It was just different. But that was always D'Angelo. Like his stuff was always just a little different than everybody else's. And to bring it back to hip hop, he was part of the Soulquarians. That whole group of producers, Dilla. D'Angelo, Questlove, they were all together producing music, making music. So, shout out to D'Angelo.
Yeah, man. And before we move on to our What's in the Deck, I remember there was a couple of times, even recently with the Roots, bro, I seen him like, I would always kind of go through my Google, like, when's D'Angelo's next show? Right. Like, that was on my bucket list. I wanted to see D'Angelo live, and I wanted to hear Really Love. Like, it's called Really Love, not Fall in Love with You. Like, I really wanted to hear that, man. Just sad news. And
I didn't know he was sick. So, and I can respect that, just kind of going through it on your own and not looking for everybody. And I always tell Melissa that's how I'm going to go out. Like if I get some sort of terminal illness, I probably won't even tell her, man.
I wasn't shocked either because that's just the way he was. He didn't really mess with the social media game, and he was always reclusive. I think now that I'm sure people are going to do thousands of interviews about it, he did not want to be known what he was known for. He was like, I'm an artist. I'm not just some guy with no shirt on. And it's crazy, man. So rest in peace, D'Angelo. That's how we had to start the pod, but we just couldn't do it if we're really some fans of this culture.
Got to give the man his, you say give him flowers while they're alive, man, but we got to give them to him even in his passing.
Maybe one day we'll do the Black Messiah. D, what is in the deck today, sir?
Man, we're continuing the theme and the streak of amazing debut albums.
Oh yeah,
we got coming out of Atlanta. See the hat?
I know, dude. You did a great job at that, by the way.
Outkast, Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik. All one word, people.
Oh yeah,
all one word.
Man. It's a trip to see how young these cats were.
Man, like 19, I think, maybe.
This is I guess we'll give a little summary. We should give a little summary here. In the early 1990s, the West Coast began to rise in the challenging East Coast dominance in the rap game, but the South was being treated like an outcast. Enter Big Boy and Andre out of Atlanta's East Point. They created funk-inspired tracks for organized noise in the studio known as The Dungeon. And this is, the album's lead single was Players Ball. This was released on, April 26, 1994. Number 20, and it was certified platinum, bro. By the end of the year, one of the biggest albums from the South at the time.
Oh my god!
And probably one of the most important releases coming from Atlanta. Yep. And I believe this, now we're listening to it, just what it did for them, and man, the face is another thing that people don't. Outkast kind of made them legit.
Yes. I mean, they were big in obviously the R&B space. They had Babyface. They had, I think, oh god. Anita Baker, maybe somebody like that. Like those type of singers were on LaFace, and Babyface had that whole thing unlocked. But when they tried to, they started moving into more of a hip hop, edgier vibe, man, and they knocked it out the park with Cast.
Man, dude, and we started off with the Peaches. We get to know who Peaches is, and Peaches. It is it's It is a. It's not. Is it a poem? When you say it's a poem, I think it's just a kind of a.
Yeah. It almost reminds me of you ever seen Warriors?
Yeah.
Clink, clink, clink. You know, the woman speaking over the narrating the movie Warriors. That's always what it kind of reminded me of. Just kind of, she's letting you know, here are these two young dudes, and I've always said it, you guys. I don't like intros and skits and stuff, but this one just kind of lets you know, like, this is going to be a different thing from the South than they were used to. The South had a particular sound that at that time, and it was always kind of more hardcore, gritty. You know, think of Ghetto Boys, think of, you know, that type of music. Or if you were going like Southeast, it was more like 808 bounce music.
Luke. Yeah,
know,
Luke. Oh,
that type of, you know, booty music.
Yeah, for sure, bro, for sure.
So, but this was totally different, man. And this album may be the most important album to ever come out of the South.
I agree. And Organized Noise comes out with my intro to let you know. Organized Noise, man. This whole album, dude, just the samples on this thing is, you know, I'm sure it has its East Coast and West Coast influence, but the whole, it's very hard to make a beat where you have to carry the two different flows and two different styles.
And two totally different people almost, man. It's just like, it's how they came together as a group is so crazy, man, because they're so different and just about, I mean, from the outside looking in, they're so different in just about everything, you know, style, flow, how they dress, like probably frame of mind, all that stuff. But as I was listening, I kept thinking, the unsung hero here is Organized Noise.
Yeah, man. 100%,
my
bro.
God, what they did was beautiful.
And those beats are so catchy and funky. Again, what I said in the intro of this pod it was very funky inspired. But Big Boy too, man. He really, him and Andre. The only notes I made were just a few. They're young and angry with a chip on their shoulder.
Yep.
And man, Organized Noise, dude, it's just a breath of fresh air.
Yep. And you know, what were they most known for saying is that the Source Awards, the South got something to say. And that was just kind of how they kicked it off. You know, and this album was before they said that, you know what I mean? But this album was, and Intro to Let You Know was kind of them saying, like, we got something to say.
And you see Big Boy just coming out hitting, man. Like, I love, I guess one of the lines is always, just being a hustler, serving the loyal customers. Rent was the person to do, so I'm hustling. Like, they're young kids. It's just same story as most of our debut rappers we're talking about.
Yeah.
But just the way they kind of take you to Atlanta and let you know this is kind of a whole different way of living.
No, and as I was listening, obviously, you know, it's 30 years ago now, so but like I see the cars and I see like that whole Atlanta vibe, you know, the streets and just the, you know, people hanging out, and like they took you to that place, and it wasn't super descriptive in their music, but just, I don't know, there's just something about the way, you know, the music comes together with the lyrics that just takes me there, man, and I love it.
And then when Andre come in, time is slipping slowly but surely, because I used to know, act like they don't know me. Like, Andre was just how do you create your own style, man? Like, he was very revolutionary. Big Boy too. And we'll have that conversation later about the whole Outkast, Andre thing. Like, do we separate them? Do we put them together? But this style, man, just one of the best, his best verses on here, dude. And I'm sure every Outkast album you could say, yo, this is Andre's best verse, but just to come out with the intro, man, Andre's just killing them on this stuff, man.
Yeah, and their flows are so unique, you know, like their rhyme patterns, and
for sure.
You know, you get to kind of the you know, Big Boy, the time and time again. So it's chop it, chop, chop,
Yes.
chop.
Yes.
You know, they do that, and both of them have it, and they'll just change mid-verse, mid-song. But it just works so well, man. They're super talented dudes, man. And even at this young age, I don't even know if they knew they were doing it that way. That it was just kind of their natural rhyme style. But, whew.
Hey, you know, if you got some fire shit, you always want to toke. Dope isn't that when I be slinging on his track? Don't complain that it's deeper than Cadillacs. You know, right? You bite, you fucked up. You begin away this time real. So what's up? Like the way he. His voice again, one of those guys with the voices, like very distinctive voice, and talk bad about an A-town busting your fucking mouth. Like
they're all about their city, man.
Hey man, you smoke a dime, I'll smoke a dime. It's very catchy. It's the melodies and just the balance.
And it's just them kind of, you know, harmonizing and singing their own hooks. You know, it's not like they didn't have some amazing female singer, or they didn't have a dude coming in and sing. It's just them kind of. Here's our hook,
and you can hear you can hear the glimpses of what Sayah's gonna be. Eventually, you can see what the bombs were Baghdad. Like you heard Andre, the way he's if you smoke a dime, like that type of shit. Yep. He's very raw, but it's like you see what it's gonna evolve into.
Absolutely,
and it's when this dropped 2D, what was we always talk about, what was it like when you heard this album the first time? What was the hype around it? And what do you remember what was going on in hip-hop during that time?
So what I remember first is, when did you say it dropped? In
94.
And it was what month again?
I think this is April 26th. Yeah, April 26th. So a couple weeks away from your birthday, too.
Yeah. So the first single was Players Ball. Players Ball was actually on a Christmas album.
No shit.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Christmas references in Players Ball if you listen to them. It's beginning to look a lot like what? Follow My Every Step. So LaFace put out a Christmas album. They had just signed Outkast, and they're like, we're throwing you on this album. And I've seen interviews with them, and they're like, what the hell are we going to rap about, like, on a Christmas album? Mm-hmm. And so that Christmas album came out, and this was one of the singles from that, and everybody heard it. And I just remember hearing it like, I don't even know what this has to do with Christmas, but this song is banging. Mm-hmm. And so there was that, setting up, and there was like that eager anticipation. Okay, we heard this. What's next? Mm-hmm. But at the time too, it was all East Coast and West Coast. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a whole lot coming on the side. I mean, you had your Ghetto Boys, Scarface, the standards, but there wasn't a ton coming out of the South, especially Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
And so it was almost like, what is this going to be? You knew it was kind of Players Ball, obviously some player pimp shit, but weren't really, but we were anticipating it. And the same with the magazines. They were running the ads and everything. Mm-hmm. So this was definitely one I picked up probably within the first week of the drop. And I just remember throwing it on, man. And it was, me, and I pretty sure it was my neighbor, my boy Nick Hernandez, who we used to roll with. And ride to school every day, man. And when I got a car, he held the boombox because I didn't have a stereo in my car. And so, and it was just different, man. It was just a different sound. It was so different from what was coming out. It wasn't West Coast. It wasn't East Coast. It wasn't the typical South stuff. It was just a different sound, man. Beautiful.
And Ain't No Thing is just that scent that, you could tell. Listen to it now that we're older. This is the foundation of so many things that came after it. Like this is the real intro to Outkast right here. Players Ball was the first single, and it's a great song. But this is the epitome of what Outkast is as a sound right here. Is Ain't No Thing. I remember thinking, I'm listening to it in a different way. Andre's breath control on this shit was amazing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right from the get-go, y'all hear my shit go, it's Andre. And this the way he's playing with words.
Come out to play.
I love, he did that a lot. He'll add that extra word to rhyme everything together.
Yep.
That's an art too.
Eminem does that quite a bit too.
100%. Yeah. And a lot of people probably don't notice it, but he does that so many times in this album. It's like he's adding those extra words to keep that rhyme pattern going.
A lot of dudes do it with like ad libs, but Andre does it with just slotting a word into place. So,
in case of a physical breakdown, y'all can break now. My kitchen full of heat. If you can't take the tent, make yourself exempt. Pussy fitting around. Y'all nowhere but stuck. Nowhere to duck. Bullets flying. Niggas dying. Getting blasted. Now drastic. Like, that is some... I don't even... Man, of course it's MC stuff, but I feel like Andre is so unique.
Yes.
It's poetry, and just like the way he was so hungry to show that I could do this with anybody, and you put my rhymes with anybody during this time, I'll survive.
And it didn't really get noticed right away because it was the South. It was like, it was like, oh yeah, that's cute. They have music too. So it didn't get the respect it deserved right off the bat. But one of my favorite lines from this entire song, and this entire album is on this song. So one is in the air, one is in the chamber. Ask me what the fuck I'm doing. I'm releasing anger.
Oh, that's
man.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And it's as long as Big Boy's still living, never stand by my lonesome. Step up if you want some.
Right.
And then the hook comes in.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
And having to smoke out in the dungeon with the Mary Jane, and it's really tough. There's we know about. I never been to Atlanta, but you hear about the players, the pimps, the strip clubs, and they're really showcasing this in this song. Like, this is our culture. This is what we're doing, and I loved it, dude.
Yeah, it just like the music, the production with their lyrics and with their styles, and they're so different in their styles. Like you said, while they both use that wordplay, Andre's is so, I don't even know how to describe it. So clean and so like intricate, and then Big Boy comes in and he's just so damn cool, dude.
Yeah,
like he's just a cool dude. Like it reminds me of like Nas in the sense that like his voice is cool, what he says is cool, it just makes it cool. And I think he's severely underrated because he raps with Andre.
Yeah, 100%.
But his rhyme styles are crazy too, man. Like he just hits different patterns and different, vocal inflections and stuff. And this song right here is just like I said, man. This is Outkast in a nutshell.
I ran the streets and broke my curb because I gave a shit. I carried guns and butcher knives. I was standing in the mix. Like,
and
it's
it's not, and it just changes throughout every song. What just hit the mic? I'm getting all excited.
No, this is it's very exciting times, man. This is like I said, man. This is something that was very unique. And
357 to your forehead.
There'll be more dead because I'm a pro kid. Love forgive me. I got to keep my niddly right, man. Right near me. My mommy doing fine. She doesn't want to clear me. Like, dude, and I realized too, the way it's recorded is very clean.
Yeah.
If you listen to, Reasonable Doubt was a clean album, but you could tell when Jay recorded these first tracks and you recorded those last tracks. A very big difference. You could tell Brooklyn's Finest was probably thrown on there last minute. It was very clean. Same, Can't Knock the Hustle. Nas' album the same way. They're very. And this is around the same time frame. This is a very clean. It sounds very clean when recorded, and I liked it. But it was still gutter. It wasn't like Get Rich or Die Trying, something like that.
Right.
Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City, a different sonically recorded album for a debut. But this was a very clean. They knew what they were doing, bro.
And that goes back to Organized Noise, man. Like these dudes weren't just their buddies making music. Like they knew what they were doing, and they were out looking for dudes who could keep pace with them on, they needed somebody who could match what they were doing production wise.
Yeah, man, 100%. Just to create beats to cater to two different people on one group. It's like, it's special, man. And like I said, my nine be doing fine. Just want to clean me off the street, but in my hood, they be hauling ghetto. Don't got no neighbors. They hit the pipe and never let go. Yeah. But I feel for them. I feel for you. Like Andre was crazy, man. Four verses on this too. It's a classic. It's your turn, my turn, and I love it, dude. This is from a hollow point I send you to earth the glare. You fucking slave. You better try to find another way. So many lines on here, man.
Oh man, just as I was listening to it, it would just hit me like realizing that I would just finish lines, finish bars without even really thinking about it. Like I've just listened to it so much and so many times that it's just like second nature. I hear that word, I'm like, all right, this is how it's gonna finish up, and I just rap along with it. And beautiful music.
Then we have the skit next, so I'm sure we could skip that.
Feel free.
The title track for the album, Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik. Man, I felt like, it's the M.I. crooked letter coming from the South. A very different flow from every other song.
Yep.
Big Boy created another. This was a CD. This was an album of experimenting with your flows, but Big Boy, this is one of the songs. If people want to talk about Big Boy, not one of those guys, look what he did here, man.
And Organized Noise too. They, Rico Wade and those dudes. They took. I mean, the bass line in this song when it starts is so damn funky, dude. It stinks. It's so funky.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you get a soulful hook, but the beat, man, just rides so perfect for what they do. And like you said, Big Boy comes out swinging.
God, he came out swinging. And it's funny now that we listen to a different way. I've heard this 1,000 times. It's like, damn, he came different on this one.
Right?
Yeah. Like he delivered something like, and it was catchy and made you want. It's very hard, I think, nowadays, especially rappers who want to make songs. How do you grab some attention and keep it? And this is the verse. It's just like, damn, you can't turn this off. Like, you want to hear what he has to say towards the end. And Andre just compliments him, man. That he's in the trunk along with the crowd knock. Ain't no hard start, don't pump no Kool-Aid, jump in and you get too sprayed. Who raised your block? The one and only Outkast. Like,
And there's something to be said too about like music. You know, you're talking about catching their attention and keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about like you hear that first bit of the beat and you start nodding your head, and you know you're not thinking about it. You're not doing it because like it's cool to do. You get that natural vibe from the music, and that's what holds your attention. And that's what makes you focus. All right, what are they singing? What are they talking about? But you got to have that initial like, what's going to grab me, and it's the beats. You know, it's the beats, and then they time it so perfect with their come in, and you know, it's the crooked letter. You know,
Yeah, dude,
it just all fits so perfect, man. It grabs your attention. It makes you want to listen. It makes you want to hear what else they're going to say.
And the hook on this, man, is that Southern playalistic kind of like, man. This is kind of this is some ride stuff, man. This is
Oh yeah.
Is it too much to say this is nothing but a G thing in a weird way?
Oh no,
I feel like
not too much at all, man. And it's funny because as I was listening, you could tell the songs where they pulled from a West Coast kind of influence. You could hear where they pulled from an East Coast influence, you know, and focusing on the lyrics and the lyricism. But they combined it all into their own vibe, man. That was just like this mixture. It's like gumbo, man. It's just a mixture of all of it put into one, and you could hear that. It's just great.
And when the third verse too, where he says, "Time to drop these bows like dusty roads,"
Oh man,
like
I wrote that one down.
super. Like, again, where was WCW at the time? Atlanta, you know.
Right.
And we got a special appearance by Kenny. Kenny, go with your mom. Bye.
Ken Logue.
Bye,
This
Kenny.
might be the only time you guys see Kenny without him barking at me.
Oh man, thank God.
Kenny's like the attack dog, guys.
So just to hear those references, the super Atlanta references, bro, and we can't do it. We won't be able to do this song due diligence because I guess I wish we could hear it. We say every
One day.
fucking-
One day.
One day we'll be able to get a pass.
Yeah.
This is, man, four bars, almost
4 bars.
every. Man,
Yeah.
these are there's some long songs on this too.
No,
but
I wrote that down on one of them. There's some like 5-6 minute songs in
Yeah,
here. Like
man.
they go.
and this, man, shout out to Dre and Big Boy, man. Such a great title track, and it was everything we thought it would be. Call of the Wind, man. Call of the Wild. Call of the Wind. Good God. Call of the Wild. Introducing the world to Goody Mob.
Goody Mob.
And, dude, this is, again, organized noise. Just...
I always thought, you know, at the time, Goody Mob to me was like, they were like the South's version of Woo.
Okay.
That's just kind of how I looked at them. You know, they were kind of gritty. They kind of had that like rougher vibe, you know, kind of rough around the edges. You know, we already talked about Cujo. Yeah. Cujo just going in.
Yeah, man. Cujo.
The world introduced to CeeLo Green.
Timo on here too, man.
Timo, Big Gip. You know, shout out all of them, man. Goody Mob. It's funny. Melissa didn't even know what album we were doing this week. I hadn't even told her, and she was up getting ready for work this morning. And I come out and she's bumping Goody Mob.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Are you listening to Goody Mob?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right."
Goody Mob.
I did all right.
Soul Food.
Huh?
Was it Soul Food?
No, it was like a deep cut.
Oh shit!
It was like Red Dirt or something like that.
Damn.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't like it wasn't a single.
Oh man!
No,
Okay,
it was deep.
Okay. Hell yeah. I love the Call Me Kenny Anderson because I slam the sons of bitches. Like I mess with that. That's a New York. He played for the Nets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Andre's always going to come with. That's something we could say over and over again. I love the rhyme patterns, but I really love. As I step up, the stage is empty. Like, Timo comes and just kills this, bro. It's like, I forget that. That's why I'm like, damn, we need a little more time because I was kind of stuck on these verses with him with Cujo.
And guys, if you want to hear some dope music, go check out the first Goody Mob album.
Yeah, Soul
Food.
Crazy,
Soul Food, the single was great, but there's some, you know, Cell Therapy was just wild. You know, that opening beat, the boom, 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 boom. Guys,
yeah, man.
That's music right there. Go check that out.
You know, and this a very I love an aggressive flow, and don't call me Teeth, the teeth thing with a G swing, let my nuts hang down to the flow, man, smoking that dang thing, making my swing in my 28 OZ. I love that. That's a crooked eye shit too. When the spelling of the in you know, just kind of single letters and shit, just spelling shit out. Very crook. I can see what Crook gets his. We probably got it from here.
Right.
Such a time, and we didn't hear a lot of that with our first couple debuts, and
no.
Timo probably could set that off, man. It was really nice. He's rhyming MOB. Just the spelling of words and making a rhyme is something that we haven't heard.
Yeah. I mean, and there was like way back in the day, you had like your Positive K's and those type of dudes who would do it. But no, this was different for the time. And what I like about this song is that the production changed with it. They knew they were coming with a kind of grimier, aggressive lyrics. So they changed up the production, man. This is probably the most gritty you're gonna hear. An Organized Noise production because they're pretty soulful dudes.
And you could tell Timo didn't have the whole 16 either because he's missing that ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like maybe 2 bars. He needed 2 more bars to fill it out. But hey man, CeeLo comes in with I hear voices in my head. They keep calling. Oh, such a beautiful and so simple, but just the way that is very catchy.
And CeeLo right away came in with a style like a lot of people know him as a singer. He was a rapper, but he had that kind of sing-songy style. Like CeeLo, if they were the Wu, CeeLo was the ODB of the group.
Hell yeah,
to me at least. To me at least.
100%.
But yeah, that was that introduction to Goody Mob, and then they put out like 3 or 4 really good albums, man. Before they split up.
And they just had maybe a couple years ago. They just dropped another one too. It was more. It was a little different, but I listened to it and I messed with it, man. Like,
oh yeah.
Who's the one who's listening to Leg right now?
I was going to ask you. It's either Cujo or
Cujo,
Timo. One of them, yeah. Diabetes, I believe.
But damn, he makes that shit look like it's a thing, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Cujo's voice on here, man. Cujo, he sounds like a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a big, tough motherfucker. And just really enjoy it.
I mean, if you've ever seen him, he has that look, too. He's a scary dude.
And just to get the intro and just seeing them put on, you hear it, they're calling out their sections of their city, putting on their homies. This is all Organized Noise, Goody Mob, and they're setting up for them to succeed. Because this is the time of clicks. This is the times when you put your crew on. And the only thing they're really missing is a female MC. They're doing what everybody else is doing. They're doing what Death Row was doing. The formula was there in the 90s where you put your crew on. Definitely.
And the cool thing, too, was that it was really important for them to put on for the South. Not just their city, but for the South.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize Goody Mob, they coined the phrase Dirty South. Like, they were the ones who first said the Dirty South. Like, it was on one of their albums, on their first album. I think it was on Red Dirt in the song. But they, the Dirty South came straight from them. And it was really important for them to put on for their city. And that's why we say this is probably the most influential Southern album ever. Because I think, to me, especially in my time, like, it all came from here. I will never disparage the good name of Brad Jordan. Scarface is,
it's just
the most underrated MC, but it's just a different sound.
It's a different sound.
And Scarface ended up kind of pulling from that. He went to Atlanta for a little while and was doing his shit there. So the influence of Atlanta just cannot be denied. And even today, a lot of the music, you get your Quavo and your Migos, your Futures, all these dudes who are hot right now. It's Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's amazing how the sound has evolved.
Yeah,
and like you said, just hearing this, it's the different flows all on one beat, and they all somehow fit together. That's what I loved about it. Probably my earliest recollection of Outkast, man, wasn't Miss Jackson. It was definitely Players Ball. Yeah. And again, this is actually, like I said, the debut single from Outkast. It was released on November 19th, 1993 as part of the LaFace Family Christmas compilation.
There you go. And if you listen closely, like, there's Christmas references, and didn't realize it at the time. Like, oh yeah, they are talking about Christmas.
Did you guess who directed the video?
Who's that?
For this? Puff Daddy.
Really?
Yeah, man. Did not know that.
I think, didn't Puff used to dance for Andre Harrell, who was the other dude in LaFace. So it makes sense. There's a connection there.
Yeah, the music video for Players Ball was directed by Sean Puffy Combs, who showed the duo riding around in Atlanta and son played a Cadillac and was hanging out in various spots around the ATL.
I remember Andre was wearing a Braves jersey, one of my favorite actual jerseys, man. It's like an off-white with the blue piping and the tomahawk and cross. Yeah.
That's, man, it's beginning to look a lot like Following My Every Step.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that what it was? Okay, Follow My Every Step. Take notes on how I crept. I'm about to go in depth.
And ain't no ghettos in the chimney, so I won't hang my socks on no chimney. Christmas.
Did not know that.
No, and it's funny because they did it in a way that's not like over the top, hit you in the head Christmas, but they are definitely mentioning some Christmas shit in there.
Got no snowy weather. Have to find something better to bet. I said the traps will shut up that. No, man, I got the crunk. I get the crunk. Like, I don't know if that's a word, but I didn't hear that word till then.
Yep.
I chilled my West and got my reasons, but I'm not doing any fucking due diligence. The way he says, I chilled my West and got my reasons, so tell me what do you expect? You thought I'd break my neck to help you out deck. Oh, damn.
Man.
I always wondered what that was, dude.
Yep, deck the halls, man. And so when they released it as a single after the Christmas thing, they just kind of, did that. The instead of deck the halls, they just just to take out that Christmas vibe. But yeah, man, there's all the Christmas
Brown just comes, brings it all together. Oh, the place.
Sleepy Brown, man. Sleepy Brown had, you've heard Sleepy Brown's voice, guys. You might not know who he is, but singing hooks. He did a song with Big Gip that was on Big Gip's first album, I believe. That was just clean. And Sleepy Brown had a good album too, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you better bet because Organized Knows they had heat.
Yeah, 100%. Sleepy Brown was their Nate Dogg.
Hell yeah! No, this is so catchy and it stands the test. It's still, I think it stands the test of time, bro.
Timeless.
And Big Boy, hallelujah, hallelujah. I do some things different than I used to. Cause I'm a player, doing what the players do. The package store was closed. Okay, but just the way this is the flow, bro. The way he's bouncing around, beautiful. Cutting it up. This is ridiculous. I'm getting serious. I'm getting curious because the house is smelling like Stank the Chitlins old ass bitches. Like, I don't know, dude. This is a very special song, man. I can't even, again, we don't do it due diligence.
Oh, I know. But it's, we've three debut albums in a row, and each one has a song that will forever represent that artist. We had Life's a Bitch with Nas. That's just, hip hop classic. This song will always be that Outkast song, I always tell Melissa, it makes me angry that the most well-known Outkast song is Hey Ya, because it represents nothing of what Outkast really is as a group. Mm-hmm. But this probably isn't too far behind it, man, and this is Outkast right here. This is the epitome of the Outkast sound.
And this, I hit the parts, I hit the cuts, I'm hitting switches because I'm switching from side to side looking for hoes and snitches. It's dope. It's very clever, man. And Big Boy, I guess we can have that convo. For years we still debate. Do we put Outkast in the top 10 or we put Andre 3000 in the top 10? We always say like there is no Andre without Big Boy. That's disrespectful. And I'm on that crew too, bro. Like you see so many Eminem song was one of those guys who I think it was like two I collapsed, Andre from Outkast, Jada Corrupt, Nas, and then me.
From Outkast, Jada Corrupt, Nas, and then me. Oh yeah,
it's hard for me to.
No, they have to go hand in hand, man, and that's why to this day, we had a couple, I think 2 Big Boy solo albums, which were really good.
Yes, they were.
Sir Lucius Left Foot, that album was great.
And that All Night.
Shine Blockers was my song.
Oh my God,
but,
bro.
they did those 2 albums. Andre's never released, and I don't know if they'll ever be as good apart than they are together. I just don't think it works, and that's why it's same with like Run DMC. It's the same with Tribe Called Quest. They did their solo stuff, but it was never as good as what they did together. And Andre plays off of Big Boy. Big Boy plays off of Andre. I've said it many times. As great as Andre 3000 is, and there is no denying that dude is as good as it gets as an MC. My style for what I like to listen to, Big Boy might be preferred to me. Yeah, and that's not a knock. That's just what I enjoy. So when it's the 2 of them together, like there's no Marty Jannetty here. It's not Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty here. These are 2 amazing MCs.
Like when remember, man, Shutterbug.
Oh yeah.
I was like, how can you not put this man? I'm not, and everybody's fucking top 10. We get it. I know everybody's fucking top 10. But when we mention MCs and art, I think people they're not really listening to what the hell they need to be listening to. Like, dive into some Outkast stuff. Listen to, ain't no chimneys in the ghetto, so I won't be hanging my socks on no chimney. I'm full as a tick. Fix my play, I got a remedy. Like, some greens and some that ham. Don't need no ham. So play me like I'm smoking rocks. He has some crazy, innovative flows that were very unique, and they're still unique at this time, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think it's just always going to be overlooked because Andre is so damn good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's no denying Andre is the better rapper. If you had to pick one as just an MC, Andre, hands down, is the better rapper. It does not mean that Big Boy can't flow, though.
Dude, we play devil's advocate. Is that just because Andre was so different from his style, his dress? He was more out there. That's why I feel like Andre gets a lot of his recognition because he was taking chances with his style and it was very different and wasn't the typical gangster rap look.
But he didn't have that in this album.
Yeah, no,
he was rocking jerseys and baseball hats, and he looked just like everybody else. That didn't start happening until probably shortly after AT Aliens.
Yeah.
That's when it really started progressing. But the same way he took chances with his style and his clothes and everything, he took chances with his raps.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and I think that's where Andre gets the nod over Big Boy, is that he will take a chance and he'll do some stuff that you've never heard before. Look at his flow in International Players.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that you know,
he pissed Pimp C off by taking off the drums. But he's like, no, bro, it needs to be.
He snatched those drums, and then you know that led them to having every dude rap on a different beat.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, man, and not many rappers could have a cappella and just remember the whole 16. And he's had some dope verses too, man. He's done, you know, the stuff with Kanye. He's done throw some D's. I remember the Walk It Out remix. Like,
didn't he have a verse on a Rick Ross album? I believe.
Yeah,
that was
man. Yeah,
fire.
He had with Kendrick too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Andre's had some dope verses, man. And you know,
I just don't like the fact that people will knock Big Boy to hype Andre.
Yeah,
that's
wrong.
Just not. Yeah, you know, you can give both their flowers because they're both amazing artists.
Yeah, for sure. Again, Organized Noise coming in claiming true. Yeah. And we haven't even said all these songs we're not usually this was okay. Every song on here is pretty damn good. Yeah. They brought their best. And, well, again, what is I, the pimp you heard about? Big Boy is coming with different flows on every song, and his delivery, the intro, that opening line is different in almost every song, and it catches you, and I love that, man.
I like this one too because, you know, we've talked about it with other albums, how the producer will kind of strip things down a little bit to feature their flows. This is their version of that. Mm-hmm. It's like a great beat, but this whole song is like, you guys go rap.
Yeah, for sure, man.
3 Stacks, his verse in this song, crazy. Like, his whole flow in this one is wild, dude. He's so rhythmic, so
telling a story
telling stories. Like, this is, to me, like, this song is like him just lyrically battling at his best right here.
For sure.
I won't say it's his best verse. I'm just saying, like, this is him coming out and just showcasing what he can do lyrically.
I love that. You know, Big Boy, I'll say as monotone as I can. I've been a player since the age of 2. That's when I learned to walk, grab my crotch, talk, how to how do I say? Talk, do how them hustlers do. See, born and raised as a pimp. That's why I claim to be. Always came true to what I do. Fuck what I see. I pledged allegiance to the streets. That's why I growed up and made more money because my pops never showed up. But fuck it, I'm on my own. I'm in my zone. Ain't nothing wrong. You don't belong. You left me standing alone. And yeah, I'm with the feather hat in my hat, finger waves and snakeskin shit. I got all that. Like,
damn, my God.
Yeah, dude. And then, like you said, man, Andre just kind of questioning, like, yo, is there somebody watching over me? Or our Heavenly Father, why do you even bother watching over me? Growing up a little G, my mom thought I'd grow to be a lawyer or a doctor, but I felt like coming harder. Packed up a shank in my sock since I was when I started kindergarten. This ain't no secret garden, so you flowers flee. Is it one of my own? I'm letting the trigger be.
You know, I think too, like, the first half of the album is them just kind of splitting that player shit, and I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Some nice singles, I'm sure.
But yes, but then you get to Claiming True, and as you start going down, it's more vulnerable, more, you know, talking real life shit. You know, once we get to the get up, get outs, and you're crumbling herb, you know. This is like the beginning of them, you know, they're questioning things in life. They're questioning their lifestyles. They're, you know, is this how I want to live? All that type of more adult shit. And like we've said with a couple of these albums, these dudes were so young, and to have that grasp, like I was never questioning adult shit when I was 19.
Yeah, man, for sure, bro.
I was just trying to do more dumb shit. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I survived that one. Let's try it again.
And the hook, man. I wonder how you'd be acting if you was in my shoes. I put in work and did the dirt till I pay my dues.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, love, dude. This is always something. This could be one of those, man. You study Dirty South music. This is one of those Genesis type of things. You got to start with this album, and it's
like something here is something that I have no doubt influenced like a T.I.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you can hear a T.I. in this type of song right here. Gritty, still a rhythmic beat, but just a more grinded out, gritty sound that definitely leads me to like a T.I.
And just they're getting the work done in the streets, and they've lived that street life, and they're glorifying it. Like this isn't, it's not rosy down here either. We ain't got no Capitol Records. We don't got Def Jam here, but we're gonna do whatever we can to get where we gotta go. And
it's the typical old hip hop trope. Like I had to hustle to get where I needed to be able to make this music. Not wrong with that.
And when 3K said the South got something to say, this motherfucker was not lying on this album.
Not lying.
One of my favorite songs, Live or Not, and it's so, man, let's do it, it's so fucking long, but Funky Ride was one of the, man, back in the day, you could really roll it up and just ride it out with this one. Like, this is, man.
When I stopped carrying the boombox and finally got a little system in my car, had a little Honda Civic, had a box 210s in the back. And this is one of those songs, dude. Bang it out, windows down.
Hell yeah.
Possibly doing things I shouldn't be doing.
100%.
Out the car, windows down, making sure the smell didn't stick around. But this reminded me of like a quick groove, like that kind of that break in the album. Like we're just gonna throw some funky ass music, and they continue doing it. You think about like Spotty Dotty Opalicious.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just we're gonna make a funky ass beat that you can listen to. Maybe throw a couple lyrics here and there, but it's
Let me take you on a funky ride, and just even Society of the Soul, they're flowing a little bit too, a little way, man. Like it's. As I sing this Outkast melody, I'll never forget that shit. Like, this was a beautiful song, man. Beautiful song.
And that's, it's almost kind of that old school, like, let's have the DJ, or in this case, the producer, kind of get their shine for a little bit.
Yeah, let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and let's let them just kind of do their thing. Back in the days, it would be like Eric B. cutting. Rakim would have a whole, just let Eric B. cut for a little bit. They had those. Jam Master Jay would do the same thing. So this was almost like their version of that, which kind of gets back to them, being pure hip hop heads too. They knew that shit back in the days. They listened to those same things growing up that I was listening to. So they, they kind of got that hip hop vibe where it's like, let's give these dudes some focus too.
This is and the people in this group are Big Rube, Esperanza, Sleepy Brown, Ray Murray, and Rico Wade.
Okay. And Ray Murray and Rico Wade are dudes from Organized Noise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
Rico Wade, rest in peace as well. I believe he passed away last year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Get Up, Get Out. One of my dude, I remember for a long time. This is when you first gave me this stuff. I had no idea this was just an Outkast. I thought it was a Goody Mob song forever, bro. And it's like, oh shit, this was on their debut.
Yes.
What a great.
Cool.
Get your ass up. Go do something with your life.
Dude, I still live by that. I say this shit all the time, man. Like, I used to tell the girls on the team, get up, get out. Go get something, man. Like, it's not going to come to you. You got to get up and go out and get it, man. And, this one, when CeeLo starts it off, I don't recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all. Like, I felt that, man, in those days. Like, I barely graduated high school. College dropout, Like, I always felt like, man, I didn't do what my parents expected me to do. And now that I'm in a pretty good place in life, like sometimes I have imposter syndrome because and songs like this remind me of that. Remind me of like, man, I really fucked up. And so songs like this just hit me, man, and I feel it in a different way. And hearing them just go, but that beginning, man, that I don't recall ever graduating at all, has always just hit.
Times is rough. My auntie got enough problems of her own. You're supposed to be grown. I agree. I'm trying to be the man I'm supposed to be. Man. Like, I could say that without looking at these lyrics. Like, this CeeLo was on some shit. Yes. And just telling the story of, like, dude, get your ass up. Like, we fuck up, but we're gonna, Yeah. I get high, but I don't get too high. What's the limit supposed to be? That must be why you can't get your ass up at the bed before 3.
I've always appreciated too that they would acknowledge that we make mistakes, but you got to keep going. Like, we refer back to basketball all the time. But I used to tell the girls all the time. I used to tell my own kids this: the world don't stop just because you skinned your knee. Like, you got to get up and keep moving because everybody else is going to keep moving. They're not going to just sit around and wait for you to catch up. So this is, I put in here, this is still an anthem for me. This is something that if I'm having a rough day, man, I will throw this song on and have CeeLo kick me in the ass to get me going.
And Big Boy comes too, man. I was always kind of like, you dickhead, damn, dude. You know what I mean? I was always like, damn, my guy. It was a great song till you said that. But you know what, man? My mom made me do, but the devil made me smarter. Taught me how to jack them weekends for the starters. It's just like, I think now starters is back. It's back in style and shit.
Oh man, there's a Yankee starter jacket. So I had a Yankee starter jacket, dude, when I was in junior high. It's blue one, satin. Oh man, and there's a Homage is a website, dude, where they sell some gear, and they told Melissa maybe Christmas time, man, just hook me up.
So in a sense, I was Rosemary's Baby. Then I learned the difference between a bitch and a lady. Hell, I chill all like hoes. See, I pimped them. Bitch never had my money, so I never whipped them. Like. Players, like, he is the player of the group, man. He is the pimp. He is
always.
And you can see, I'm sure Devin was around back then, but this is that style, that Devin the Dude style, and I love it, man.
This song is just, I wrote in big old bold letters. God damn, because every time I hear this song, man, it's just, and we said it last week, we said it the week before. The fact that these are their debut albums, man, like they're making like all-time timeless classics. On their debut album is wild.
And Big Gip and CeeLo killing that third verse, man. Yep. Andre coming in that fourth verse, man. We got political a little bit. Yep. I've always remembered that. Y'all tell me you need to get out and vote. Huh? Why? Ain't nobody black running but crackers, so why? I got it registered. I've been thinking better to do shit with my time. Never smelled aroma of a diploma.
That line right there, never smelled aroma of a diploma. Deep ass rhymes.
And they lay my mama off work. General was tripping, but I come home banked like Hank from licking and dipping, doing dumb shit, not knowing what you know now. That petty shit will have your case locked down. And you just do it, just like he's a young 19-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid. This is what he sees,
And songs like this too make me think, hip hop has always gotten that bad, it's got the bad name. It's they're talking about guns and drugs and and I think a lot of it has to do with one, people literally like don't understand the music. Like I remember my dad saying, I don't understand a word they're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
I said that all the time. I'm sure your dad told you the same thing. I don't understand the word they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't understand the word they're saying, like you don't hear them talking about in-depth shit then. And yes, like there's songs that talk about guns and drugs and pimping hoes and all that stuff. Sex Pistols did the same thing in punk rock.
Yep, 100%.
Hank Williams Jr. has a song called Family Tradition, which talks about drinking and smoking weed. All songs have it. It's just it comes off in a different way in hip hop. You can make your own assumptions as to why that is, and why it has a different perspective and seen differently when it's hip hop. But to have these young kids talking about shit that's relevant to their neighborhoods and relevant and I don't even know if they knew that it was so relevant to everything going on in life. You know what? Not wanting to vote because you don't think your vote makes a difference. I've heard that shit from the kids that we deal with.
And no one that looks like me.
Yeah. And so, I hear that shit from those kids. So it's, they may not know that it's the same feeling over here all the way in Bakersfield, California, but it was. And so like that's where like the bad reputation of hip hop kind of bothers me because people don't know the music. So don't tell me about it if you don't know about it. You know what I mean? If you don't understand it, like the disclaimer of, well, I don't really get hip hop, But I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. That's like the worst fucking disclaimer you can give me when you're about to tell me about something that I know a lot about.
Like rock music has, like you said, rock music has so many
sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man.
Dude, like you listen to some of this Kiss shit. Ozzy was all full, Korn, fucking all this dark metal shit. Black Sabbath. What's the other one? Def Leppard and all this bullshit. They love their hoes too. Just they had a different way to say that they love the hoes.
Yep. They love to drink. They love to smoke. They love the drugs. And like
there were deadbeats too. Shit, they ain't never home. None of those lyrics made me feel like, oh, they're at home with their wife a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so. But yeah, like so. Hearing these young kids talk about important shit, and I say young kids because at the time that's what they were.
Yes, they were.
It's really cool to me, but it also just reminds me that for whatever reason, some people will never give hip hop the credit it deserves in saying important shit,
and it still doesn't get the credit it deserves, bro.
No, 100%. But it is the most popular music in the fucking world, But
we know, and we won't get into it, but you already know they sold this out so long ago.
Oh, yeah. Man.
God, man. That's what sucks about the game. It's like, damn, it's about the Fetty, which is all, as a businessman, we get it. Yeah, it should be about the Fetty, but.
I heard Black Sheep on a goddamn, Whirlpool fucking washer-dryer commercial the other day or some shit like that. De La Soul's, they had De La Soul on the fucking Amazon commercial right now.
And you would think, man, did the record labels know one day this shit's going to be, the world's going to be the way it is, and that's why none of these fools have their masters or none of their publishing, because we're going to make the money in the back end.
Right.
Let these fools get their little advance.
Right.
Such a crazy world, dude.
Very.
Crumbling Herb, which I'm all for,
Yeah. I love this song.
I love it, too.
I love this song.
Andre comes again. He just comes in. He just grabs your attention. And
then we dig into your brain.
Yeah, folks falling like rain. Poverty got me silent things because I guess I'm gonna explain. Just dude, it is so simple, but the way he says it, the way he just bounces. I love. You know us, man. We just love the bounce.
And he's got those pauses in the right place. You got the emphasize this word, emphasize that word. It's there used to be the old you think of like somebody who doesn't know hip hop and they're like,
yeah, for sure.
My name is Tony. I'm here to rap. That kind of shit. Where
I think it's fucking rapper's delight.
Yeah, but you hear these dudes, man, and they speed things up, they slow things down, they emphasize this word, they emphasize this syllable, and they create like an entirely different, what they're saying isn't even what they're saying. It doesn't even come out the same way, just because they're able to just put their own spin on words and lyrics and flows, and it's just fucking beautiful, man.
I think with Andre, just the way, like, how do you put this puzzle together? I always, and his word, like I said, his word, his cadences, it's very catchy, it's very unique.
That's the word I was looking for, cadence.
Yeah, his cadences are so crazy, man. And I'm crumbling, no time for fumbling, selling my sacks, watching my back, washing them up like splish, leaving them in a splash of blood. The clock's ticking for my block is missing. If I'm putting it down, like, it'd be hot before we all get shot. Got only so much time in this bastard. Like, they know, bro. Like, they know the reality of this thing. And
hell yeah. So listen to this one today. It kind of made me reflect on how shit is right now in our society. And it's like, you got all this crazy shit going on, but you got to try to find a balance to enjoy life at the same time. So it's like this contrast of, I'm worried about everything going on, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck and I just want to enjoy myself. And that's kind of what you hear the chorus, and there's only so much time left in this crazy world. Crumble some herb. All right, well, we only got a little bit of time. Let's enjoy it while we're here.
Kelly, they don't understand just the master plan. Like, what the and they know, man, like, this is the way it's supposed to be. We won't get to the reason why it's why they want minorities, killing minorities, all this shit, right? We know what it is, but this is it's ahead of their time, and we can play this now, and people are like, oh, fuck, this is what's going on. And I love Big Boy's verse, man, and drive-bys, kiss your ass, bye-bye, sign all, suckers. I flipped the script to turn the page, ain't scared, you motherfuckers.
So I think this is one song where, to me, undeniably, Big Boy gets Andre. And you can't say that a ton. You can't say that a ton. Big Boy has one of my favorite verses in the entire album. Is 10 millimeter. Was it 10 millimeter? Something fucking nice. Yeah, I added millimeter for my doing crimes. Bye bye.
Guess you sign off. I flipped the script to turn the page. be popping shots like the hoes be popping coochies, and I still be spreading bullets like the freaking sending cooties. No, dude, that's.
And they love me.
And yeah, maybe it sounds immature to people hearing it now, but dude, the way he's fucking saying it, it's like he's saying what he knows. Like, you have to remember to put yourself in their perspective, and this is their POV, their point of view of life, and it's crazy, man. Like, it's very special, dude.
I've had this discussion too. Take the Beatles, probably biggest band in the history of music. They had songs about walruses and fucking yellow submarines and shit that just didn't make any sense, but it was how they put that shit together that made it very popular and made it great music. Hip-hop's no different, man. Man. I always look at a dude like Ghostface. Sometimes I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I love the music because of how he put shit together. And then you take somebody like Andre, who is putting shit together that creatively, but he's actually saying like legit shit.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Beautiful, man.
It's so unique from the time too. Then I don't. Did you know it was unique at the time, or
no?
It took some time to.
I knew that it was different. Okay. I didn't know it was like this transcendent music at the time. And we talk about it all the time. Longevity plays a big role in that. The fact that we're still talking about this 30 years later. But I knew it was different. I knew I'd never really heard shit like this before. And yeah, I didn't know why, but I knew it was something that was different and special.
Definitely. The next one of my favorite songs, man. They end this album on a strong
hootie hoo.
Follow the funk from the skunk and the dank that is cranking the dungeon. It goes on and on like that, going up to the jeeps and the hoes and the lack. Sookie, all day, every damn day. I've been thinking about the good days when I was a whippersnapper. Like, the way he said this shit was fucking like.
And I thought this was the most Southern song that they did. Yeah, it was, the call and response shit. This is a straight up like. So I went and watched you perform one time at the Dome.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Me and Melissa chilling at the Dome.
Oh yeah.
Watching you on stage, but it was this little dingy room stage, and when I hear this song, I picture them like on a stage like that. And it's just people just packed in, and it's sweaty, and there's smoke everywhere, and people are just going wild because they all know this song. Like, that's what I pictured when I was listening to it earlier.
And Big Boy this is that raw sound that they wanted to show. Like, this is hip hop still though, but we have our own version of it, and. Look at it. So hallelujah, hallelujah. One for the players at the crib drinking drinks, and two for the sound hootie hoo that I make. It's an anthem. Yeah. I love it.
And then down the road, No Limit kind of stole the hootie hoo thing and kind of made their own thing off of it. But I always reminded everybody.
Big Boy on my left, Andre on my right. Tight like always, smoked out always. Oh my God. Now playing these bitches is my favorite sport, but ain't no game when they be calling your name in the court. Like, oh my God, dude. Like Andre kills this shit. Yeah, this is got an obese 20 sack fully packed so tight that it's busting out. Scenes, yes sir, I'm set. Okay, but let me tuck the 380 before I jet. Hops in the lack with big gip. You got a light hootie hoo. Like, yeah, dude, it's
amazing.
It's one of my favorite tracks on here, bro, and just the beat too, man. I love that clap on this shit.
Yes. This is very, for that time, very South.
Yeah, for sure.
Very South.
Yeah, but me, I love a good Drake clap.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of reminds me of that Dr. Dre. Yes. A little bit of West Coast, but it's that.
I think it's the call and response that really makes me feel like it's Southern shit.
For sure.
Because you think of like those really deep South rappers, like 8 Ball and MJG, 3 6 Mafia, those type of, they did kind of like these call and response anthems where, everybody, the hootie hoo, like the whole crowd is doing that shit.
For sure.
Taylor Club Up, was the same way. Like the whole crowd was chanting Taylor Club Up,
Can't wait till we do a 3 6 Mafia.
Oh, shit.
I just love the organized noise, just really, that they made that beat so catered to these guys. And, this is, man, 94 is a crazy time, man. Just what they're saying is, it's still, it's still relevant to this day. And it's crazy. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Beautiful music. One of those ones that at least once a month, man, I gotta listen to front to back.
Yeah, this is on the playlist at all times. These are all these songs come. There's not one song not on my playlist.
So probably like 5 years ago, my in-laws bought me a record player for Christmas. And so, of course, me being me, I was like, okay, well, now I got to start collecting records. I got to start collecting vinyl. Luckily that slowed down, dude, because vinyl collecting that can get a little wild, dude. That can get pricey.
It's a little expensive?
Oh, yeah. Well, and because you can buy your shit like, at Target, whatever, but there's like, and as you dive deeper into shit, like, oh, you want an original pressing of this? Okay, cool. That's going to be $250. That type of shit, dude. And of course, me being me, dude, I can never just like lightly enjoy something. I got to dive in fucking head first. So, but this was one of the first albums. This and Illmatic were probably two of the first 5 albums that I got.
Hell yeah.
Low End Theory, definitely one of them. Mercer President, which has a lot of personal significant meaning, but this is one of them that I definitely had to have.
And speaking of vinyl, like, and this is kind of a point, but it's hip hop. I got Hunger for More.
Nice.
I got damn. What the hell's the one with a real pimp with Richie Rich? A real pimp will slap a bitch down and let's ride. What's Seasoned
Veteran?
And Black Rob, the Black Rob Report. Oh my God, those three dudes. Just during those times, and this is like what was that song? But there's a song on that Ready.
Yep.
And Warrior. You want to be a warrior? Black Rob.
I Dare You. Was I Dare You on that one?
Maybe. I don't think so though. Maybe. I don't know. But I remember Warrior and he's Black Rob and that little. It's like a kid anthem.
Yeah.
And dude, I
love those albums.
Those such an underrated. People talk about underrated album. No, that Black Rob Report, bro, didn't have any mainstream hits, but it meant something to me, bro, when it came out. 'Cause I think we were listening to that shit. The Double XL was putting these albums out there, man.
Hell yeah.
It was crazy. Deep. You want to go deep? I'll take it deep. You fucked up when you let my mind creep. Oh, man, deeper than the page of a book. Let me look.
So not my favorite song, not the best ending, but what I did notice right away is you get that first glimpse of the whole AT-Alien style.
Yes.
You had the aliens at the beginning, and it kind of just... It showed where that progression was going. I don't even know if they did it intentionally, if they knew that was going to happen, but that was definitely like that first glimpse of, that whole AT-Aliens and where the music was going to go. And what I thought was really cool, and we're both wrestling fans, so I always refer to wrestling. They're kind of like the Chris Jericho of, like they're always reinventing themselves.
100%.
Like every album is a different version of them, and while it's still true to who they are at their core, like they went to the Alien kind of vibe, and then from there they went to where like Stankonia, where it was more of a almost like, I don't even know how to describe it, dude, but they were just both like kind of really eclectic, and they were both kind of feeling themselves and and learning who they are. And then it went to where they're kind of
what was after
Aquemini.
Yeah, was it? I think
Aquemini
there,
and then Stankonia.
Yeah. Stankonia was kind of like that. I always felt like a mainstream. They're not mainstream,
but it definitely did. I think they had reached a level by Stankonia where no matter what they were going to make, people were going to vibe on it. Because like Bombs Over Baghdad was not like a poppy song, but that shit was everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
That was on MTV. That was had videos. That was in commercials. That was played at stadiums and shit. So, but you got to there, and then they had their whole, speaker box, Love Below, where they had in between. What was the Idlewild? There you go.
That was that last one.
Yeah, they had that whole vibe. So everything was a little different as far as their style. Kind of the perception of who they were at the time. So, but it was always cool because they were always reinventing themselves.
And I'm sure you think that was necessary for them to stay relevant and just kind of because they're from the South and it's.
I think part of it is stay relevant, but I think that's just kind of who they were.
Because they were leaders of this. They're leaders of. I get not to say leaders of the new school, but they're leaders of this movement of this region. Like you said, they had Scarface in Houston, and but Atlanta, they're the leaders of this, and people were expecting them to be trailblazers,
And I think too, Andre is just a naturally experimental guy. While Big Boy often changed things up, like he was still true to that kind of player pimp dude, that cool dude. Where Andre, so I think it was a natural progression. It was a natural change. I don't think anything was ever forced. Definitely. I think it was just that's who they were. I mean, you look at Andre now, the dude's making full albums with flutes and just strolling around, kind of doing his own thing, playing the flute out in the middle of New York City and shit like that. Just,
And he gets it though, because we talk about this too. Like, what are we gonna rap about? 53 years old.
Yes.
My bowel movements are fucking active today. Like,
it's
I get that 100%, bro.
It's funny. Like, I think we talked about it. I remember we were on our way to a basketball tournament and we listened to the new Dre album.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something about like musically, like what they're rapping about, and I was like, they're not 18-year-old kids rapping about street shit anymore. Like, Dre ain't on the streets. Like, Dre owns the street. You know what I mean? Like, 100%. he's not on the, if he's on the street, is because, like, he owns the whole goddamn neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's just the music has to be different. Like, if I were a rapper, what I was rapping about at 25 would be totally different than what I'm rapping about now. You know, because I live a different life. I'm a different person. So it's funny. I always kind of laugh at, like, you see these older rappers who are still holding on to their old persona, and I'm like, dude, like, I don't know if there's anything really cool about, like, your 60-year-old gangster raps.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? It's almost kind of sad.
100%. Before we're gonna, I won't say we're maxed out on time, but we are gonna get maxed out on time.
Right.
Let's go into your favorite beat and your favorite song.
Favorite song? Get Up, Get Out.
Oh, of course.
Get Up, Get Out is my song. It speaks to who I am. Favorite beat? Ain't No Thing. Ain't No Thing is oh man, I think that's just the perfect Outkast beat right there.
I think what I would go with is my favorite song is, damn, I would say it's probably Hootie Hoo, because I listen to it all the time now.
Hootie Hoo.
And Ain't No Thing. My favorite beat is probably going to be Players Ball or Crumbling Herbs. Probably my favorite beat. Other two, man.
Crumbling Herbs is severely underrated.
You can't, just because Organized Noise. This is again when albums were made by one fucking producer. Right. This is the sound, dude, and I love it. I just love this album, and I'm glad we picked it. And
I think that Organized Noise is severely slept on in what they did for this album.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this beat selection, what they did, and how they catered it to these two dudes. Like you kept saying, like, it's two totally different styles, flows, and they catered one beat that fit the two.
That's hard to do, bro. That's not something that should be. I'm not even sure it's overlooked, because I think Outkast gets their just due. And do they get elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, it was just announced today that they're being, or this morning I heard it. They're being inducted this year, but I heard it this morning.
Man, that's well deserved, bro. Like, well deserved, and it's beautiful. And I'm sure this won't be the last Outkast album that we talk about. And no, I'm glad. This is a great album, man. I'm glad we listened to it. I'm sure I'm gonna listen to it a couple more times. And
just one quick question.
Yes, sir.
Where is lyrically? Is there a better hip-hop duo than Outkast?
Damn.
Just straight lyrically.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, the duos, you got Clips. You got Mobb Deep just dropped an amazing album.
Oh, my God, dude. We didn't even mention that shit.
Right. So you talk about duos, I don't know. I don't really consider Tribe Called Quest a duo, because they had multiple guys coming in and out. But, like, those straight-up hip-hop duos, I just think there's usually one dude who's kind of a little lesser than the other.
For sure.
Although Clips album, Malice, was
killed it,
ridiculous.
Man. Dude,
ridiculous.
I guess if we say no, there isn't another group that is lyrically better, has the impact of Outkast.
Right.
I guess the cliche thing, Dog Pound. But Dog Pound didn't have enough dope albums,
right,
in my opinion.
No.
Dog Food, and what else was that? Can someone tell me? I can't give it to them.
They're the time that we did Dog Food 2,
yeah,
Dog Food 3, and
shit. It means shit.
Right.
They did dog shit. They literally did CHIT, dog shit.
That's right.
And no, Atmosphere is always one I always say, but Atmosphere is a guy and a producer. It's a producer rapper combo.
And that came to mind this morning because I listened to Ebro in the morning out of New York, and they were talking about this topic today, and because they were like, what technically, Gangstar is a duo, but Primo doesn't rap.
100%. No,
Atmosphere
100%.
would be the same way. Ant doesn't rap. So yeah, I just and then it turned into what do you consider a duo? What do you consider a trio? But I just don't know if lyrically there's another one that stacks up consistently.
Who else is there? Like I guess doer wise, I know we have we have the
well,
Ghetto
you got
Boys.
Run DMC. I don't think they stack up.
It's
Lyrically,
fair.
influence, absolutely, but I don't think they stack up.
No, I don't think so, either, man.
So yeah, and then you get into some of my favorite. Little Brother.
Yeah,
is amazing.
yes,
That's one of my favorite
100%.
groups. But I wouldn't say they stack up bar for bar with Outkast. So it's just an interesting question. Those hip hop discussions.
Yeah,
man.
those groups. We could have a whole part on that, man. There's There's some groups here, man, that we could talk about. But Outkast is probably number one because of the impact, the lyrical ability, and they're always. No matter what, there's always somebody wishing for another Outkast album. Like we feel incomplete without it.
Right.
And
Now I will say one more Banger Clips album, and we have a legit discussion to have.
Yeah, no, that's.
Because this last album was.
But Mobb
Crazy.
Deep, don't you? Like,
Yes.
how can we sleep on Mobb?
Guys, this new Mobb Deep album, if you have not heard it, go check it out. Alchemist is a wizard on the boards, and what he makes, it's just perfect for that Mobb Deep sound.
This isn't no loyal to the game shit.
No.
Not at all. This is
a
P was in the
legit
building
album.
with him, bro.
Yeah, this is a legit album. Beautiful music.
And I can't say I'm the biggest Prodigy fan in my life, but you gave me HNIC 1, 2. We've listened to all the Mobb Deeps. Man, P was so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
So good, man. Just a raw.
Another one
gutter.
with just a really cool voice.
Yeah, man, he's missed, bro. Just
Yes.
hearing him on Pour Out Henny and the first track. For what the first track? I should know the first track.
There's a Magic something.
Oh my God, Mr. Magic.
Mr. Magic.
Oh
That's
my
the one
God,
right there.
man. Yeah, Abracadabra. Yeah, man.
That's the one.
That's
right
the
there.
one. Yeah, this is the one with Nas. Pour out some Henny and
Georgia
man.
Smith. Oh,
Yeah.
Georgia Smith singing the hook.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
man, it's a very good album.
Yep. Go check it out, guys.
Next album we're gonna talk
Right.
about Pledge Allegiance to the Grind 2, Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Probably one of the only, besides Acid Rap, one of the only mixtapes we'll have on this
Right.
on this this podcast. Killer Mike, I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind. This is I think this is after he got rid of it. He famously fired his boss. He was with actually Big Boys.
Yeah,
Big
Big
Boys
Boys.
clique. He was
Yeah.
the
Was
whole
it
world.
Earth Tone? Was it Earth Tone?
Purple Ribbon.
Purple Ribbon.
Now we know these things. I don't know.
No, Earth Tone was the production company.
Okay.
Earth Tone was the production company.
So this is fresh off the Purple Ribbon departure. This is when they signed Bubba Sparks. They had a couple
Yes.
guys on that shit,
Yes.
out, dude. And this is one of my favorite albums of all time. And I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind. Bang, bang, bang. We're gonna be out here
Yeah.
doing that. We might have to do this week because you know what? I guess a free time this weekend. And,
Yeah, maybe because I'm gone next week, man. I
Okay.
leave next week. I will be in the home of hip hop next
Oh,
week.
you gonna be
I
in
will
the Big
be
Apple,
in
baby?
NYC.
Oh,
So,
man. So we got this one. We got one more before we do a whole nother 5, and we're really excited. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you coming on again, bro.
anytime, man. I love doing this.
Episode 175. Shout out to our sponsor, Rogelio's
Rogelio.
Details. Please check him out. We're gonna drop some promo for him. Keep Grinding Podcast. Check us out. Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
YouTube.
Please check us out. Share it. Listen to these albums, man. Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik Cadillac music.
Tell your Theas.
Please tell your tias, because, man, I was telling D, man, these old ladies, man, they were, okay. Episode 175.
And cut.
Keep grinding the podcast, and we out.